Welcome to a new video where we're going to show you the new update that we did, and that is adding 3 new triggers towards the automation trigger section. And this is regarding the reactions that you can give on the chat conversation. So whenever, for example, a user emotes a heart as a reaction on a certain message, there was not impossible. It was pretty much impossible to react to it, right? From a chatbot perspective. So we added those triggers in, and I will do an example with the Facebook reaction trigger, as you can see here, but pretty much Instagram and as well as WhatsApp is also working. So what you can do for the trigger, you can either set up a trigger directly from the starting node, or you can just go towards automations, then go towards triggers, and from here, new trigger, and you will see the new triggers popping up here. So you will have the WhatsApp reaction, the Facebook reaction, and the Instagram reaction, right? I already set up a flow. If we take a look inside this trigger, you can see that I just gave it a name. I'm saving the webhook payload towards a JSON field of my choosing, reaction underscore test. And then from here, I'm basically continuing towards the next section. So what I want to do first is to see, okay, does this trigger actually work, right? So if I go back towards my own chatbot for a second, you can see that I have a few messages already done. So if I am going to react towards this message, right? Let's say a heart, then it should also pop up here. And here you can see the payload. So if we're going to take a look in live chat, then you can also see exactly the same payload. If we scroll all the way down, there we go. Then you will see the mid, which is basically the message ID that it's concerning. Then we have the action react, and then we have the emoji, right? So that is the exact emoji that I used. And that is the payload that we receive. Now, how can we use this to create reaction from the chatbot perspective on the emoji that is being used, right? So if we go back and go back towards the automation, there is a new action inside the bot user API that is called get chat message. And if we take a look inside, then you will see that for the message ID, you can go with your JSON payload value, and then you can just select the mid value because this is the message ID. So mid is basically short for message ID. So this will be the message ID from the original reply from a chatbot that the user reacted on. Then you also have the action here, react, and the emoji that has been used, right? But we first need to fetch the actual message. You do that by going with this option, and if we take a look at the most recent value, I can just copy this as an example value to test. So if we are going to grab this and go back, let's paste that in, test the request, then you will see that I get the values back. So only for this specific message, because we are searching by message ID, right? We now get reference towards the reaction that the user gave on which message. And you can either go with the payload and then text, or just with the content. As you can see, I did it with the content and I saved it towards reaction message. So if we are going to take a look and do another test, I just made a test here, user reacted on this message, and then I just display which message I reacted to. So if we go back again, and I'm going to give a reaction towards this message, let's say a thumbs up, right? If we are going to take a look now, you will see that we have a reaction message here. User reacted on this message. So just here, ready to chat and help out. I'm all about making your experience with the Chatbot Marketing Accelerator as fun and as informative as possible. And that correlates with this message, right? So this is the message the user reacted on initially, this one. If you want to go a little bit further, what you could do, for example, is use AI to determine whether or not the emoji has been positive or negative, right? So that is something that you can also build into your setup, and based on the outcome, you are then able to give a proper reply based on that emoji. So that is something that you can do as well. One thing to note for Instagram as well as Facebook, you need to go back towards your workspace, then go back towards Facebook and or Instagram, and make sure that you pause the chatbot first and then set it active again. This basically enables the new update of you being able to use the React feature in the automations trigger, because otherwise it will not work for Facebook and Instagram. So that's a small side note. Go towards your Facebook page that you want to use it for, then basically say pause automation. Then from here, once it's paused, just turn it back on. So let's go and turn it back on. And then that new feature will be enabled for you. Try it out. If you have any questions, do let us know, and we'll try to help you out as soon as possible. For now, have a great day, take care, and talk soon.